Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ. Today, March 11, 2011, 1:32 p.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. America, we've been hoodwinked long enough. It's time it stops. Sadly, it took what is going on today in Wisconsin to open the eyes of America, to see kind of what really happens in the background. And I'm specifically talking about the union bosses and how they really control things in a very large portion of the job world. The teachers, the electrical, the union, iron and steel workers, the automakers, the unions have pretty much controlled everything that's gone on in all these places. I'm not saying they're always bad, but I'm saying they're not as good as they really need to be. And what I mean by that is they overstep their bounds most of the time and end up creating problems more times than they create good. There's a time when you just don't have enough money to pay the people that the unions are trying to force you to pay higher salaries and wages to. And in this particular case is the teachers union. They have hurt Wisconsin. The teachers already make more money than 98% of Americans, but yet they still want more. And they want it from a state that does not have it. The state is out of money. Did you teachers never learn that money does not grow on trees? Didn't you ever hear that? Or maybe in your mind, the unions have the money trees in their backyards. Look, get over it. Not only is Wisconsin broke, so is most of the states in this country. And if you were asked Obama how many states would that be, he would probably say 57 others. I don't even think Obama is American. I do not think he is a citizen. And he still doesn't know how many states there are in America. I think he's communist, and I think Jesse Jackson, a man that's never held a job in his life, went with the NAACP in 1996 and decided they needed money. So somebody heard that during a board meeting with Texaco Oil Company, some person in there just said the word jelly bean. Well, if you do a word association with me and say jelly bean, I'd respond with fat. How in the world would you come up with black out of the word jelly bean? Really? Somehow, some way, they're once again the minority ruled. Just like in Wisconsin, the minority has been ruling. And in that particular case and state, it looks like the union members have been the ones that's been ruling the whole time, because they've ordered the Democrat voters out of the state that's in the Congress and the Senate and whatever political position they hold. They told them to get out of the state. As long as you're out, you can't vote. And they can't vote without you. Well, here's what it boils down to. Regardless if you vote or not, you're going to lose the vote. I mean, it's lost. So by hiding your eyes, putting your hand over your eyes, and think that no one sees you, doesn't mean that you don't have to uphold your responsibility. But you're doing that. You're failing your responsibility. You're failing the majority of the people that put you in position where you are now. You are failing those people. And this again is what I'm saying. The majority is not ruling. Once the majority hires you, then the minority runs you. Right? That's what we see. I'm in Alabama. I see that in Wisconsin. The majority no longer rules. The majority gets their butt ate alive by the minority. Another case in point. You have a gentleman does not want his son praying in schools because this man is an atheist. So he sues. And what does the judge do? Instead of the judge saying, okay, Mr. Atheist, we're going to let your son step out of class while they do the daily prayer, the Lord's Prayer, and the Pledge of Allegiance. But rather than do that, this judge goes in and says, okay, America, all you tens of millions of young children can no longer pray in class because this man's atheist and he does not want his son to hear it and to participate in it. So instead of stopping him, the judge stopped tens of millions of children. That right there started the turn of America to a downward spiral. When you started taking God out of this country, that's when it started. Then this country just could no longer count. This country could no longer maintain good business ethics. This no longer could maintain their power. See, the union works for you. You don't work for the union, but yet you have let the union, the minority, rule you. I say kick them out. You don't need unions to tell you how to negotiate your job. As in the police department, we did not have a union in the department I was with, but yet we were the highest paid department in the state. And then when someone asked me if I was prepared to call in blue flu one day, and I said, why? Well, Birmingham's going maybe go on strike. I said, well, I don't work for Birmingham. Well, yeah, but you sympathize with them. I said, well, I feel bad that they needed to go on strike to get a raise, but I'm not going to feel so bad that I'm going to quit my job because of it or not show up and fail to work. I swore to a Constitution to uphold the law, and I'm going to, with or without them. So, no, I never called in, nor would I call in blue flu. That's what the unions will do. The unions are ruling the majority. You need to size up one thing, unions. Look really hard through this pea-brain head and eyes of yours and see just how big the Tea Partiers are. They're much larger than you could imagine, aren't they? And I would expect that the majority of the Tea Partiers are also Christians. Let me just kind of put it this way. If you were to take every Christian out of America today, this is Friday in Birmingham, Alabama at 1:41. If you took them out today at 6 p.m., Saturday morning by 10 a.m., I would not want to be living in this country. That, my friend, is the power of the Christians. They keep evil out. Although little trickles of evil comes in through various means, and I've mentioned NAACP, I've mentioned our president, I've mentioned our unions. They'll trickle in, but none will have the effect on America like when the Christians leave. That, my friend, would be hell on earth. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.